Hello, my name is Tinola. Welcome back to my channel where we make the journey of life a little easier every day. Stay in your lane and dare to be different. Now let's get to it. Let's talk about something we all need to hear. You can't change people. Let's be honest. How many times have we told ourselves, maybe if I love them more, they will change. Maybe if I act a certain way, they will treat me better. If I just hold on a little longer, maybe they will see my worth. But here's the truth. People don't really change unless they want to. Not because you cried, not because you begged, not because you gave them everything. Change is a choice, and that choice has to come from within, from a deep place, maybe from conviction or from God touching their heart or from their own personal decision to grow. But it's never something you can force. Why is it so important to let go of that burden? We all grew up in different homes, cultures, belief systems. We were taught different values. Some people were raised in survival mode, others were raised in love. We didn't walk the same path. So why do we expect people to respond to life exactly like we do? Stop trying to mold people into who you think they should be. That's exhausting. It will drain your energy, frustrate your spirit, and waste your precious time. Everyone is wired differently. We are all born with different personalities, strengths, and weaknesses. Now, here's what I've learned. Sometimes the very thing you can't stand in someone else is actually part of what makes them unique. Just because someone isn't strong in an area where you shine doesn't mean they are useless. In fact, they might be gifted in areas where you struggle. So instead of condemning or controlling, try understanding and accepting. It doesn't mean you have to tolerate bad behavior or disrespect, but it does mean letting go of the illusion that you can change someone. Let's talk about real life examples. So many of us have been in relationships where we've convinced ourselves that if I have a child for him, he will marry me. But sis, if that man doesn't believe in marriage, having 5 kids won't change that. You will just end up with 5 kids and no commitment and a broken heart. Another example, if I sleep with him, maybe he will fall in love with me. No, not necessarily. If he doesn't see you, if it doesn't value you, no amount of intimacy will change that. You will be left feeling empty because your body can't change his heart. And there's there's another big one. If I give him great sex, it will stop cheating. I hate to break it to you, but a cheat is a cheat. Sex won't heal what's broken in his integrity. The sad truth is people don't change because of what you do for them. They change when they decide to. Yes, sometimes a kind word, a wake-up call, or an experience can trigger that change, but it still has to come from inside them. I am not saying don't help people. Give advice, speak truth, encourage growth, but don't attach your peace to the outcome. If they change, great. If they don't, release them in peace and keep moving forward. You are not the savior. You are not their project manager. You are not their life coach unless they asked you to be. Let God do what only God can do. Let time teach what only time can teach.
Sometimes we waste years believing that if we just show up harder, love deeper, or hold on tighter, people will magically evolve into who we need them to be. But the truth is, you can't force growth in somebody who is comfortable staying exactly where they are. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth requires honesty. And not everyone is willing to face themselves that deeply. We look at people and see potential. But potential is not a personality trait. Potential is a choice, one they have to make on their own. And here's the part that hurts the most. Sometimes the version of them you see in your mind is a version they have no interest in becoming. You can encourage someone, You can support them, you can pray for them, but you cannot rewrite their character because it fits your hope. A lot of us fall into this trap, especially with relationships, friendships, even family. We think maybe if I forgive again, maybe if I am patient, maybe if I explain it differently. But let me tell you something. Someone who is committed to misunderstanding you will never hear you clearly, even if you whisper the truth straight into their soul. When a person doesn't want to grow, they will turn your clarity into confusion. They will turn your kindness into convenience. They will turn your effort into expectation. And you will find yourself doing emotional labor that they are supposed to do for themselves. So people grow when life humbles them. People change when their own reflection becomes uncomfortable. People evolve when their excuses stop working. Not because you became a superhero in their story. Not at all. That's why it's so important to step back and let people experience the consequences that teach them what your words couldn't. And if you really think about it, we all outgrow certain behaviors because something shifted inside us, not because someone forced us into it. That's why accepting people for who they are today is not giving up. It's wisdom, it's emotional maturity, it's protection. Because once you stop trying to rebuild people like a construction project, you'll realize you have more energy to build yourself. Your peace matters. Your time matters. Your emotional space matters. And when you stop fighting for someone else's transformation, you will finally create room for your own.
Life gets easier when you accept people for who they truly are, not who you want them to be, not who you imagine they could become, just who they are right now. That doesn't mean you have to keep them close. It means you love yourself enough to see clearly and act wisely. Remember, stay in your lane, dare to be different, and don't let anyone convince you that your love, your body, or your patience is the price for someone else's transformation. Change is a personal decision, not a performance. If this spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. I would love to hear your story. Until next time, stay strong, stay true, and keep making life easier for yourself daily. Take care.